In the pursuit of a virtuous and fulfilling life, kindness often stands as a pillar of moral conduct and positive interactions. However, when viewed through the lens of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that extols the virtues of self-discipline and rationality, the narrative takes a thought-provoking turn. Contrary to the conventional belief in the unbridled benefits of kindness, Stoicism challenges us to explore the potential pitfalls that may arise when benevolence is taken to extremes. Brace yourself for a nuanced exploration of the Stoic perspective on kindness, one that invites us to question conventional wisdom and reevaluate the boundaries of benevolence in our pursuit of a balanced and virtuous existence. Setting unrealistic expectations. In navigating the intricacies of human interactions, it's essential to approach them from a realistic perspective. When we extend kindness without attaching unrealistic expectations, we create a space for genuine connection and emotional well-being. Instead of depending on others for our happiness, embracing the concept of accepting situations as they unfold allows us to cultivate a more resilient and grounded mindset. Imagine a situation where we offer our support, time, or resources without anticipating a specific outcome in return. This approach aligns with the idea of avoiding disappointment and fostering emotional separation. It liberates us from the chains of unrealistic expectations, granting us the freedom to appreciate the act of giving for its intrinsic value rather than a predetermined response. Conversely, when we give with the expectation of reciprocity, anticipating the same level of commitment or kindness in return, we unknowingly set ourselves up for a cascade of negative emotions. The disappointment stemming from unmet expectations can cast a shadow over our emotional landscape, resulting in a bad mood, fatigue, anger, and sadness. Picture the emotional toll of realizing that others might not reciprocate in the same manner we anticipated. It's akin to investing emotional currency in a venture with uncertain returns. The stark contrast between what we hoped for and the reality we face can lead to a profound sense of disillusionment, leaving us drained and disheartened. By embracing a more realistic and open-hearted approach to giving, we pave the way for healthier relationships and a more balanced emotional state. It's a journey toward understanding that the true beauty of giving lies in the act itself, unburdened by the weight of expectations. This way, we cultivate emotional resilience and foster connections that thrive on sincerity rather than predetermined outcomes. Neglecting personal boundaries. In the intricate dance of life, maintaining a sense of self and safeguarding our well-being become paramount. When we find ourselves consistently placing the needs of others above our own, a subtle erosion of our identity may occur. This unintentional self-neglect can be likened to a gradual fading of our individual essence, potentially compromising our mental and emotional equilibrium. Living a life aligned with reason and virtue, as advocated in certain philosophical principles, underscores the importance of prioritizing our responsibilities. This means recognizing the value of our time, energy, and personal space. While extending a helping hand is commendable, continually subsuming our needs under the weight of others' demands risks creating a narrative where our identity is overshadowed by the expectations of those around us. In this dynamic, there is a vulnerability that arises, a vulnerability that others may perceive as weakness. When we consistently put everyone else first, there's a potential for others to view us through a lens of dependency. This perception, in turn, can influence how we are treated, potentially reinforcing a cycle of neglect and diminishing our perceived strength. The solution lies in the conscious cultivation of personal boundaries, a practice not confined to any specific philosophical doctrine, but rather rooted in the universal need for self-preservation. Setting limits becomes an act of self-respect, a declaration that our identity and well-being matter. It involves the deliberate practice of self-discipline, recognizing when to say no and when to prioritize our own responsibilities. By embracing this approach, We reclaim agency over our lives and affirm our commitment to self-care. It's a declaration that while our compassion knows no bounds, our resources and energy are finite. This acknowledgement doesn't diminish the authenticity of our kindness. Rather, it ensures that our benevolence is sustainable, grounded in a foundation of balance and self-awareness. The call to set boundaries and prioritize personal responsibilities is an invitation to dance with life in a way that honors both our compassionate nature and our individuality. It's a journey towards strength, resilience, and a harmonious coexistence where the rhythms of selflessness and self-care create a symphony of balanced living. Building a weak image. In our quest to embody kindness, there exists a delicate balance between altruism and the perception of our character. While the desire to be compassionate and helpful is innate, the reality is that not everyone interprets acts of kindness in the same light. There's a nuanced interplay between our intentions and the perceptions of those around us. It's tempting to assume that kindness in all its forms is universally appreciated. However, the truth reveals a more complex narrative. Excessive kindness, though well-intentioned, can unintentionally cast a shadow of suspicion on our motives. People, in their discernment, may question the authenticity behind our benevolence, wondering if there are ulterior motives or hidden agendas at play. In this intricate dance of perception, it becomes apparent that the universal appreciation of kindness is not guaranteed. The challenge lies in navigating the fine line between being genuinely compassionate and being perceived as overly accommodating. It is in this delicate balance that the seeds of suspicion can take root, potentially overshadowing the purity of our intentions. The solution, while not explicitly articulated in any particular philosophy, calls for a conscious alignment with our beliefs and principles. It's an invitation to focus on living authentically, guided by an inner compass that directs our actions based on genuine compassion rather than external expectations. By doing so, we cultivate a strong and resilient image, a persona grounded in authenticity and unwavering commitment to our values. This journey towards building a robust image necessitates an understanding that not everyone will interpret our actions in the same way. While some may view excessive kindness with suspicion, others may appreciate it wholeheartedly. The key lies in remaining true to ourselves, even in the face of diverse perceptions. The call to cultivate a strong and resilient image is an affirmation of our commitment to authenticity. It's a recognition that, in the diverse tapestry of human interactions, the authenticity of our character shines brightest when it aligns with our inner convictions. By staying true to our beliefs and principles, we navigate the complex landscape of perception, fostering a genuine and resilient image that withstands the scrutiny of varied perspectives. Feeling overwhelmed, in the intricate tapestry of our daily lives, our emotional landscape serves as a valuable compass, offering insights into our well-being. The notion of self-awareness, not confined to any specific philosophical doctrine, underscores the importance of paying attention to how we feel, of tuning into the subtle cues that our emotions provide. In the realm of giving, an act often associated with warmth and compassion, there exists the potential for unintended consequences. Stoic self-awareness, without explicitly invoking its name, beckons us to be attuned to the emotional aftermath of our generosity. If our acts of giving begin to elicit feelings of busyness, fatigue, anger, or a sense of being used, it becomes a poignant signal, a call to reassess the dynamics at play. Imagine a situation where the genuine desire to extend a helping hand transforms into a source of emotional strain. The weight of constant giving, without regard for our own well-being, can manifest in a spectrum of emotions that act as red flags. Feeling overwhelmed becomes an eloquent expression from within, signaling the need to recalibrate and reassess the equilibrium between our altruistic endeavors and our mental well-being. Listening to these emotional cues becomes an art, a practice not confined to any specific philosophy, but rooted in the universal language of our feelings. It's an invitation to change our focus, to pivot away from a pattern that leaves us emotionally drained. Instead, it prompts us to seek a balance, a delicate dance where our acts of kindness harmonize with the preservation of our mental and emotional equilibrium. The journey toward finding this balance is an acknowledgement that our emotional well-being is not an expendable resource. It's a recognition that in the grand tapestry of giving, our own mental health is an integral thread. By tuning into our feelings, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, understanding the symbiotic relationship between our acts of generosity and the preservation of our inner equilibrium. The call to reassess is an ode to self-care, an acknowledgement that the wellspring of our compassion should not be at the expense of our mental well-being. It's a journey toward a balanced and mindful existence, where the echoes of our feelings guide us toward a harmonious interplay between giving and self-preservation. Embracing the power of no. In the intricate dance of human interactions, the ability to assert oneself by uttering a simple yet profound word, no, is a skill that transcends any specific philosophical doctrine. It's a lesson in self-control, an art that goes beyond the teachings of any particular school of thought. The power of no is a universal principle that echoes the inherent value of our time and energy and the delicate balance required for a harmonious life. Imagine a situation where the demands of others encroach upon the limited resources of your time and energy. In this intricate web of commitments, learning to say no becomes an act of self-preservation, a declaration that your resources are finite and deserve to be invested judiciously. It's a recognition that self-control, irrespective of its origin, empowers you to discern when a request is unfair or when the additional burden could tip the delicate scales of balance. The challenge of saying no is not unique to any specific philosophy, but is a universal human experience. While the word itself may carry connotations of reluctance or refusal, it is a powerful tool for maintaining equilibrium. Picture the internal struggle, the moment of hesitation before uttering this two-letter word, a hesitation rooted in the fear of disappointing or upsetting others. Yet, it is in overcoming this fear that the true strength of no emerges. It is an essential ingredient for maintaining balance in the complex orchestration of life's demands. The power of no becomes a shield against unnecessary risks, a safeguard for your well-being, and a declaration that your autonomy matters. In navigating the delicate dance of commitments, the ability to say no becomes an act of self-care, a practice that transcends the boundaries of any particular philosophy. It is a testament to the understanding that, in the symphony of life, each no is a note that contributes to the harmony of self-preservation. So, whether rooted in ancient wisdom or a reflection of innate human resilience, embracing the power of no is an acknowledgement that maintaining balance requires the courage to set boundaries and prioritize your well-being, respecting your time and space. In the pursuit of a well-balanced life, the notion of dedicating time to oneself is a timeless principle that transcends any specific philosophical framework. While rooted in the values of self-discipline and self-respect, this practice extends beyond the teachings of any particular school of thought. It's a universal recognition that carving out moments for personal activities is an essential ingredient for maintaining one's equilibrium. Imagine a life where the ebb and flow of daily responsibilities is complemented by intentional periods of self-care. This is not confined to the tenets of a particular philosophy, but rather reflects a fundamental human need, the need to nurture one's well-being in the midst of life's demands. The act of scheduling regular moments for activities that bring joy and fulfillment is an ode to self-respect, a declaration that your time and space are precious resources, deserving of intentional cultivation. Imagine a scenario where your calendar becomes a canvas and each scheduled moment for self-care is a stroke of self-discipline. This practice is not limited to any specific set of values, but is a testament to the understanding that personal well-being is an ongoing masterpiece, crafted with intention and care. It's an acknowledgement that amidst the myriad responsibilities that life presents, there exists a sacred space for activities that rejuvenate, inspire, and bring solace. In navigating this delicate dance between obligations and self-nurturing, the ability to politely decline requests that encroach upon these dedicated moments becomes a universal skill. It is an act of self-advocacy, an assertion that your commitment to personal well-being is a non-negotiable aspect of the intricate tapestry of life. This practice, born not solely from philosophical precepts but from a collective understanding of human needs, ensures that your time and space remain sanctuaries for self-discovery and growth. Respecting your time and space is a universal invitation to create a rhythm of life that harmonizes responsibilities with intentional moments of self-care. It is a principle grounded in the understanding that, regardless of philosophical affiliations, the act of nurturing oneself is a fundamental aspect of living a well-rounded and fulfilling life. Identifying energy vampires. In the intricate realm of interpersonal dynamics, the concept of recognizing relationships that sap our energy is not exclusive to any particular philosophy. While it aligns with certain principles of mindful living, this practice is inherently universal, an acknowledgement of the delicate dance between relationships that nourish and those that deplete. The metaphorical term energy vampires transcends the boundaries of any specific doctrine and resonates with the collective human experience. Imagine an environment where individuals contribute positively to your well-being, fostering an environment of mutual support and growth. Conversely, picture the scenario where certain connections consistently drain your energy. Individuals who, like metaphorical vampires, draw from your emotional reservoir without replenishing it. This recognition, though in harmony with the principles of self-discipline advocated by some philosophies, is an instinctive response to the human need for sustaining positive relationships. The act of distancing oneself from energy vampires is not solely a Stoic practice, but a universal act of self-preservation. It is an acknowledgement that, irrespective of philosophical affiliations, mental well-being is a precious resource deserving protection. The choice to navigate away from relationships that consistently contribute negativity is a manifestation of innate self-control, an assertion that your emotional health is a realm over which you exercise agency. In this intricate dance of human connections, the ability to identify energy-draining relationships is an invitation to prioritize your mental health. It's a recognition that maintaining a healthy emotional state is not only a personal responsibility, but a universal imperative. This act of distancing, though reflective of certain Stoic principles, echoes a broader understanding that safeguarding one's well-being is a shared journey, transcending the confines of specific doctrines. The identification of energy vampires is a testament to the human capacity for self-preservation and emotional resilience. It is a practice grounded in the universal wisdom that certain relationships, regardless of their philosophical implications, have the power to influence our mental landscape. By choosing connections that contribute positively to our well-being, we engage in a collective endeavor to foster environments of support, growth, and emotional abundance. Cultivate selective generosity. The art of giving, rather than being a doctrine exclusive to any specific philosophy, is a nuanced and universal aspect of human interaction. The notion of cultivating selective generosity extends beyond the teachings of any particular school of thought and speaks to a fundamental principle of mindful living, a principle that transcends philosophical boundaries. Imagine a place where the warmth of your generosity is directed intentionally, like beams of light illuminating chosen paths. This practice involves being discerning with the recipients of your kindness, recognizing that not all connections are equal in their appreciation and reciprocation. While this concept aligns with certain Stoic principles, it inherently resonates with the innate human understanding that not every act of generosity yields the same result. The choice to be selective in your generosity is a declaration of the value you place on meaningful connections. It's a recognition that the energy invested in acts of kindness is a finite resource deserving of deliberate distribution. Picture a garden where you tend to carefully choose flowers, nurturing them with attention and care. Similarly, by focusing your generosity on those who genuinely appreciate and reciprocate, you create a garden of meaningful connections. This practice is not limited to any philosophical framework, but is an acknowledgement that the richness of human interactions lies in the depth of mutual appreciation. It's a universal principle that underscores the importance of mindful giving. Giving that nourishes both the giver and the receiver. By being selective, you engage in a dance of reciprocity, where the energy invested in generosity flows harmoniously between individuals who recognize and cherish the value of your kindness. The cultivation of selective generosity is an ode to intentional living, an acknowledgement that the choices we make in our interactions shape the landscape of our relationships. It is a practice that invites us to be conscious architects of our connections, ensuring that our acts of kindness contribute to the flourishing of meaningful bonds rather than dissipating into the vast expanse of indiscriminate giving. Establish clear boundaries. The notion of setting clear boundaries is not confined to the teachings of a specific philosophy, but resonates with a fundamental aspect of human dynamics. It's a universal principle that transcends philosophical doctrines, emphasizing the importance of clearly defining limits in various aspects of life. Imagine a world where your personal boundaries are akin to invisible yet crucial borders, delineating the territories of your time, energy, and emotional well-being. This practice is inherently human, a recognition that, amidst the intricate dance of relationships, there exists a need for demarcation. Though the concept aligns with certain Stoic teachings, it is fundamentally rooted in the universal understanding that establishing boundaries is a prerequisite for maintaining a healthy balance in interpersonal dynamics. The act of clearly communicating your limits becomes a bridge between self-preservation and mutual understanding. It involves expressing what you are comfortable with and creating a dialogue that fosters transparency and respect. Imagine a scenario where these boundaries are like guideposts, directing the flow of interactions and ensuring that your time and resources are invested judiciously. This practice, while sharing common ground with certain Stoic principles, is fundamentally about creating a foundation for healthy relationships. It's an acknowledgement that, regardless of philosophical affiliations, mutual respect flourishes in an environment where boundaries are clearly defined. By articulating your limits, you not only assert control over your time and resources, but also contribute to the establishment of a dynamic built on understanding and consideration. The establishment of clear boundaries is a universal invitation to engage in a dialogue of mutual respect. It is a practice that echoes the timeless wisdom of recognizing and communicating personal limits, a wisdom that permeates the fabric of human relationships, laying the groundwork for understanding, empathy, and the delicate balance between autonomy and shared connection. Practice mindful giving. The art of giving, while often associated with certain philosophical teachings, is a broader concept that transcends the boundaries of specific doctrines. The notion of practicing mindful generosity is an invitation to infuse intention and purpose into our acts of kindness, a practice rooted in a universal understanding of the nuanced dynamics of human interactions. Imagine a scenario where the act of giving is not merely a reflexive response, but a deliberate and conscious choice. This practice involves pausing to consider the impact of your help and reflecting on whether it resonates with your values and aligns with your authentic self. Though resonating with the essence of certain philosophical teachings, The act of mindful giving is inherently a human practice, an acknowledgement that the quality of our generosity is enriched when approached with consciousness. Imagine a tapestry where each thread of kindness is woven with intention, creating a fabric of interconnectedness that reflects not only the act itself, but the values and principles guiding it. This practice involves stepping away from automatic and excessive giving, urging us to be deliberate architects of our benevolence. While aligned with Stoic ideals, it echoes the broader understanding that the impact of our actions extends beyond the immediate moment. The encouragement to act with intention and purpose is a universal call, transcending the confines of any particular philosophy. It is an invitation to cultivate a mindful approach to generosity, ensuring that our acts of kindness are not mere reflexes, but intentional expressions of our values. By infusing consciousness into our giving, we navigate the delicate dance between altruism and authenticity, creating a tapestry where each act of kindness reflects a deeper understanding of its significance. The practice of mindful giving is a testament to the richness that intentional generosity brings to the human experience. It is an acknowledgement that beyond the teachings of specific doctrines, the act of giving is an art, a practice that, when approached with mindfulness, transforms simple gestures into expressions of profound connection and shared humanity. Learn the art of delegation. The wisdom of delegating tasks is not confined to the teachings of a specific philosophy, but resonates as a universal principle in navigating the complexities of life. While aligned with certain Stoic ideals, the art of delegation is fundamentally a human practice, an acknowledgement of the importance of focusing on what lies within our control. Imagine a scenario where the intricacies of life resemble a puzzle, each piece representing a task or responsibility. The art of delegation involves recognizing that we cannot solve every problem or fulfill every request single-handedly. This practice, though echoing certain Stoic principles, is fundamentally about acknowledging the limitations of individual capacity and embracing the power of shared responsibility. Picture a tapestry where each thread represents a unique skill or capability. In the act of delegation, we weave together these threads, creating a fabric of collective strength and shared effort. While the Stoics advocate for focusing on the controllable, the broader understanding is that by learning the art of delegation, we not only preserve our own energy, but also empower others to contribute actively to the resolution of challenges. The act of acknowledging that we cannot be the sole solver of every problem is an invitation to embrace a collaborative approach to life's intricacies. It involves recognizing that, in the vast landscape of responsibilities, there are opportunities for others to step into roles of leadership and ownership. Though aligned with Stoic ideals, the practice of delegation transcends any specific doctrine, acknowledging the inherent value of collective efforts. Learning the art of delegation is an ode to the recognition that shared responsibility is a cornerstone of effective and sustainable problem-solving. It is an acknowledgement that beyond the teachings of any particular philosophy, the act of entrusting tasks to others creates a synergy where individual strengths contribute to a harmonious and balanced collective effort. Develop assertiveness skills. The cultivation of assertiveness is not tethered to the exclusive teachings of any particular philosophy, but stands as a universal skill for navigating the complexities of human interactions. While resonating with certain principles of self-discipline, the development of assertiveness is fundamentally a human endeavor, an acknowledgement of the importance of expressing one's needs and desires with clarity and respect. Imagine a scenario where the tapestry of communication is woven with threads of assertiveness, each strand reflecting the ability to articulate one's thoughts and preferences without hesitation. The cultivation of assertiveness involves practicing the art of clear and respectful expression of needs and desires. Though aligned with the notion of self-discipline advocated by certain philosophies, The development of assertiveness transcends specific doctrines, weaving itself into the fabric of effective communication. Imagine a landscape where the contours of assertiveness form a bridge between helping others and preserving one's well-being. In the practice of assertiveness, individuals navigate the delicate balance between advocacy for personal needs and the maintenance of healthy relationships. The art of expressing oneself assertively is not confined to any particular school of thought, but is a testament to the understanding that communication, when rooted in respect, is a bridge that fosters mutual understanding. The reminder that it's okay to advocate for oneself without feeling guilty is a universal call to embrace the power of assertiveness. While aligned with the principles of self-discipline found in certain philosophies, this acknowledgement echoes the broader understanding that individuals possess the right to articulate their needs and desires without compromising their sense of self-worth. The development of assertiveness is an invitation to engage in the dance of communication with confidence and clarity. It is a practice that transcends the boundaries of specific doctrines, recognizing the inherent value of self-expression in fostering healthy relationships and maintaining personal well-being. As we conclude our exploration into the paradoxical realms of kindness through the Stoic lens, it's crucial to acknowledge the emotional nuances that permeate this journey. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-discipline and rationality, implores us to navigate the delicate balance between benevolence and self-preservation. In reflecting on the 12 ways in which kindness, if left unchecked, could potentially disrupt our lives, we find not a condemnation of compassion, but an invitation to introspection. The emotional resonance lies in the realization that within the tapestry of virtuous living, there exists a need for discernment, a call to temper our benevolence with wisdom. As we stand at the crossroads of kindness and potential disruption, let this journey be a reminder that the Stoic perspective is not a denouncement of compassion, but a nuanced guide. In the intricate dance of life, emotional well-being and thoughtful benevolence intertwine, shaping a narrative that embraces both the warmth of kindness and the wisdom of moderation. May this exploration serve as a catalyst for a more conscious and balanced approach to kindness, enriching not only our lives, but the interconnected fabric of humanity.